Hello, I'm Dr. Rob Stevens. Today I'd like to share with you some of my insights into the Harvard University Global System, framework and tools for innovators, change leaders, and project teams. The Harvard University Global System, sometimes abbreviated to HUGS or referred to as the Harvard System, is an evolving system that has been fundamental to my strategic and operational work since I was first exposed to it over 15 years ago. I've applied the Harvard system in big companies as an entrepreneur, as a consultant focusing on strategic technology and innovation leadership, and as a leader in various nonprofit organizations such as technical professional societies. Since COVID, I co-lead several deep tech or intelligent system startups in the mining and primary materials space. I also have an active consulting practice focusing on technology and innovation in hard to innovate sectors. Prior to COVID, I spent 21 years working for Canada's largest diversified mining company, culminating in the last 6 years as the director of the Applied Research and Technology Organization. I started my career with a PhD in nanotechnology before the term was coined, and taught chemical and materials engineering before becoming a pyrometallurgist and extractive metallurgist. Along the way, I built and led technical and R&D teams to innovate and deliver products and services that exceed user expectations and accomplish critical missions. In all of these roles, the Harvard system helped me understand, plan, strategize and manage large and small issues, map out stakeholders' dynamics, the broader context and cultures, and understand the emerging global competitive environment under which we operated. After being introduced to the Harvard University Global System by my predecessor at Teck Trail Operations, John Higginson, I've twice taken Alain Paul Martin's intensive workshop. I wish I'd taken the first workshop much earlier in my career. John Higginson participated 3 times in workshops as the framework and tools evolved, and John grew in his leadership career at Trail Operations. John Harbour, who presided over the Desjardins financial conglomerate, took the program 5 times, and he confirmed in a YouTube video that he discovered more pertinent gems than he expected each and every time he took the course. I think I'm ready for a refresher too, although I'm keen to help Alain teach this material to others and thus learn by teaching. I found Alain's skill building courses and the Harvard framework and tools so valuable that I brought Alain to train my applied research and technology team so that we could collaboratively apply the Harvard system's cutting-edge tools, innovation competencies, and raise the bar for synergy identification and exploitation, as well as creative excellence. I kept Alain's books and templates in my office so that I could hand them to visitors when their questions demonstrated they were ready to learn more deeply than I could quickly teach. Alain has also been on call to support my teams think through issues and substantively improve projects, change initiatives from innovation, strategy, negotiation, risk management to the ultimate outcome. Along the way, Alain has become a dear friend and a mentor too. I'm at the point now that I use the Harvard system implicitly. It is that embedded in my thinking. I also found that my teams were developing similar traits, a genuine sign of a truly effective system. For example, my team members used HUGS to guide Teck's entry into the Oil Sands Tailings Consortium as the only non-producer invited to participate. Harvard University Global System provides a thinking framework and tools to go from vague ideas to connecting the dots of the pre-project incubation lifecycle. It then permits us to deep dive into the mechanisms to formulate a winning strategy, plan and negotiate sustainable outcomes, and then deliver sustainable gems. Moreover, continuing iterations are built in to adapt and valiantly compete in a dynamic and rapidly changing world. Who are the stakeholders? Alain Paul Martin takes us beyond the simplistic friend and foe or blocker supporter classification still taught in graduate schools to a panorama of rich real-life nuances embedded in the vested interest jungle? What are the stakeholders' core missions and interests? And is our goal vital, important, or just nice to have for them? Would they rather sit on the fence by desire, necessity, or ignorance? Or are they born or acquired rational adversaries? If none of the above applies, could they be dangerous by accident, by acting as funders? Or are they dangerous by design, by resorting often covertly to systematic obstruction regardless of consequences, including self-destruction? What do we know about the known parties with unknown vested interests? What about unknown unknowns or invisible dark horses? How can we identify and hitchhike on surprise events? These are the types of questions that bring to life the stakeholders' dynamics approach that Alain field tested and perfected with global organizations, large governments, and defense establishments in strategic policies, research initiatives, and capital projects ranging in size from a few millions to multi-billions of dollars. Who are the conductors in our organizations, and what are their roles and characteristics that allow them to deliver substantive change, often while maintaining a low profile or even remaining invisible? For example, I was the conductor for a $25 million pilot plant program without a formal line role on the project organization chart. It was very clear to the chief operating officer, who was formally accountable for the program. I was also the conductor on many other change initiatives at Teck, as well as in several larger innovation ecosystems. Teams can navigate much more effectively when they use Alain's Harvard system to innovate, chart the future, or manage complex change. Alain continues to develop and advance the Harvard University global system. I recommend that you take the time to learn and experiment with it as it exists now, and the upcoming Harvard roadmap for exemplary innovation to be rolled out in 2022-2023 that will significantly expand the Harvard system. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my thoughts on the Harvard University global system. I hope you too will find it invaluable for your innovation and change management journey, or even taking control of your own life and career journey.